Hi, I'm Shannon McGee with Network in Action Music City Referral Network. And today I'm super excited to have one of my members, Martin Luther Wardlaw, with me today. How are you, Martin?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Always wonderful to be in the presence of Miss Shannon McGee.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Well, I'm super excited to talk to you today and your organization, Rei'L Worldwide. Tell us what you do. Tell us about your nonprofit.
Well, Rei'L Worldwide is a nonprofit organization that basically deals with the family in a holistic manner. We have individuals who have been incarcerated and leaving incarceration with very little to no services. So Rei'L Worldwide joins several other organizations in trying to bridge that gap, trying to provide those services. But we don't stop there. The children, whenever incarceration happens, they are affected in a major way. They're affected mentally, they're affected physically, they're affected financially. So we step in and we work with those children of incarcerated parents as well. And then we also work with those individuals who basically, those children who have been deemed at risk by society. And surprisingly enough, many of those children are victims of incarceration in some way, whether it be an uncle or aunt or mom, and they have basically been a victim of incarceration, having to lose someone in some kind of way, and even those who have been, victim of a parent passing away, and they're trying to cope with that. So we're dealing with families in a holistic, taking a holistic approach to deal with that.
It's wonderful what you're doing, and it's so important, and there can never be enough support for supporting the family unit, right? So tell me, you have a very interesting background on how you got here. So, what led you to this? What inspired you to start this organization? And how did you get here?
Well, my brothers and I, the Wardlaw brothers, TWB, we're national gospel artists. And we've always, whenever we did tours and things like that, we would actually stop in and do ministry at prisons. And it was kind of near and dear to the heart. I've always worked with young people at youth homes and group homes and things like that. And I've always said, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, in the prisons. And I've always gone to try to do it inside the prison. But then little did I know how much of effect it had on the whole family when somebody went to prison, until it happened in our own family. And we actually had to go through it as a family. It was something that I totally just wish on no one. It really has a major impact on everyone in the family, especially when you're a close family like ours. So here I saw an individual who, with a PhD, with a master's degree, with a lot of family and a lot of support, still struggle whenever they were released from incarceration. I saw his children suffer in a major way right here in our own family. And I was, I kind of thought to myself, now we have relationships. We have relationships with the bank. We have relationships with this individual to keep housing from being in foreclosure. We have a relationship with car dealerships to make sure this happens. We have relationships here throughout the United States of America to make this phone call and that phone call. But guess what? Everybody doesn't have that. Everybody don't have that. And I'm a firm believer in God blesses you to bless someone else. And then what happens to those individuals who don't have those relationships? Well, I'll tell you what happens. We have 68% of individuals who get out of prison and don't have a home. We have 44% of individuals who get out of prison and then turn around and go right back to prison. We have seven times more likely to go to prison whenever their parent has been incarcerated. That's what happens. So what I did was I said, we need to do something about it. And Rei'L Worldwide was birthed.
It's amazing. It's like I said, it's wonderful what you're doing. And I love that you took your success as a platform to help others, right? You're out in the community, you're giving back in the community, and to be able to leverage that to help others, it's beautiful. So if someone wanted to, support Rei'L, what types of support partnerships, how might they get involved with what you're doing?
Well, I'll tell you, there's several different ways, and I'll start with number one. One of the major issues with individuals, with families, is housing. Now we could take that a step further. Housing is a problem for everybody. Affordable housing is really a problem for everybody throughout the U.S., but definitely just imagine now, someone with a felony record, no job, can't find their identification, that they lost their driver's license, don't have the birth certificate. Imagine what kind of problem you have then trying to find housing. So we partner with municipalities, commissioners, and city councilmen, councilwomen, to be able to get our hands on dilapidated properties. And what we do with that is we work with our technical schools. These individuals get out with trades, and they come home and they have trades, but they can't go to work because of the record. Well, what we're able to do is revitalize properties and create housing. So they're creating their own housing. So partnering with individuals, with cities and municipalities, to where we can obtain properties to revitalize those properties and turn them into housing. We were able to do that in schools and be able to put 65 beds, and then be able to teach in the classrooms and be able to feed in the lunchrooms. We were able to partner with old apartment buildings or dilapidated hotels and things of that nature. So partnerships in that way. Of course, partnerships with dealerships and individuals that might have vans. Transportation is a big issue. So we may have in Swainsboro, Georgia, where we have several individuals who have jobs. Well, they don't have transportation to get there. So we're able to get a 15-passenger van. So we partner with churches who don't mind saying, okay, well, we're going to show up right here on this day, and we'll take them to this place, and that place. So we partner with anybody dealing with transportation, dealing with schools, dealing with housing. And then we always partner with corporations who don't mind just simply saying, hey, we'll be a corporate sponsor for you to sponsor this program financially, or this program financially. So there's several different ways to help, and we certainly appreciate all.
Martin, what I love about that is you're bringing together so many resources for change, right? And it benefits all. It benefits, what you're doing, your organization is doing in housing for others. It benefits the community to revitalize and rebuild those properties, right? It's a blighted property that really helps uplift the community. And when people come together to serve our communities, the relationships, the bonding, is just so it can change you. It's one of the requirements with Network in Action. Each of our groups does a community service project each year, because we want to give back to our communities, but magic happens when you're serving together. And what you're doing to bring so many people in a community together to make a difference, with solutions, not just here's the problem, but here's solutions, and we can partner with you to be able to make this happen. It's really great what you're doing, Martin. So tell me, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, there are 3 ways. Send me an email, martin.wardlaw@gmail.com. Wardlaw is Wardlaw. So many people say Wardlow, but it's Wardlaw. martin.wardlaw@gmail.com. My personal cell phone, 912-585-7465, or our website, www.Rei'lWorldwide.org. That's REIL Worldwide.org.
Thank you, Martin. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you for what you're doing. And I'm really looking forward to continuing to work with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.